Hey, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to episode 98 of Sis and Big Pops Culture. As always, I am Big Pops, Todd Turner, Mosaic Fan Art, on this amazing countdown to 100.
Wow.
That's crazy pants. As always, along on this ride is the one, the only.
Hi, sweet friends. My name is Sis, aka Hannah Jo, and together we are an adult daughter and father duo. We dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is family friendly.
Yeah, everybody. Welcome. If you don't know, we record this live on the Book of Faces, usually about every Tuesday, usually around 7:45 Eastern Standard Time, 6:45 Central Time. Some days we skip, but we would love to have you join us and chat along in the comments because you never know what crazy guests we're going to have here.
Ooh.
Last episode, the dog got in the room.
Yes, the dog was getting into pillows. That's who the guest was. Well, friends, today, as per the usual, we're going to start off with some nerd news. We're going to chat about what we've been binging. Pops is going to share his pull list with us, and we're going to review the movie Raising Arizona, which is one of Dad's top 5 favorite films of all time.
Oh, I can't wait to tell you about me seeing this for the first time. It's going to be great.
I am very excited.
Yeah. So anyway, Hannah.
Yes.
First things first. Nerd news to us, which basically means it's only stuff we want to talk about. So don't come here for important breaking news because we don't have any.
Go somewhere else. If that's what you're looking for, then you're in the wrong place.
Hannah.
Yes.
So the director of iRobot.
Oh, this was on my list.
I figured it would be because first of all, we love this movie, iRobot.
I unironically am obsessed with iRobot. It is one of the 17 DVDs that I have.
I know.
Young Shia LaBeouf thinking that he's tough stuff is hysterical.
Yeah. I don't know why I like it, but I do. I love it. I think, anyway, the issue is, and so this is why it's funny, because I only said it because I knew Hannah would want to talk about it. Alex Proyas, I think, is his name, the director of the movie. I don't know. I'm probably mispronounced his name. I can't even read my own writing. But he is accusing Elon Musk of stealing his robot design.
And it looks nothing like it.
I don't think it looks anything like it at all.
It's white.
But I mean, it's a robot. It's white.
It's a white robot. The thing that I would say, if it had like a bit on its chest and
that turned colors,
or that like came up in like a halter style,
and sounded like Alan Tudyk,
I could maybe get it, especially the Alan Tudyk bit. But this just looks like a robot.
Listen, I would not mind being having robot overlord who sound like Alan Tudyk. I think I'd be okay with that.
I want 0% robot overlord.
0%.
Robot overlord, please. 0%.
I know. I looked at this and I thought, it looks like a person. It's supposed to. I mean, it doesn't even look like a person. I think it looks like a cross between the Sonny from iRobot,
yes,
and one of the Roger from Star Wars,
or this is a kindness. The robots.
Oh, those were creepy ones from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you thought the same thing. I thought. No. Listen, man.
Okay. There are only so many human-esque robot configurations.
Yeah, they're all going to eventually, look like us.
Yeah,
I might be a robot.
Let's
currently.
Watch Clear, shall we?
Oh, the Clear.
Let's read Clear.
Oh, read the book. Yeah, read the comic. It was a good comic. Read that. I think it's free on but not Comixology anymore. It's just the Kindle.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon.
Kindle.
Freebies.
Yeah, I think it's silly. How do I feel about there being robots Not great. I feel not great about it.
Okay. Well, too bad because they're coming.
Here they come. We got AI and we got robots. Everything's great.
Oh, I saw somebody who said when I was getting ready to do an Easter sermon and I asked the AI to do me a picture of Jesus flipping over tables, and it was literally a picture of like Jesus doing a backflip over a table. That's what AI did. Nice.
Jesus,
I don't think he gets it.
I think Jesus could.
I agree 100%.
If he wanted to.
Walk on water, he could do that.
Backflip on a table.
Yeah. Okay. What else, what do you got for me?
Over tables. Okay. I know. Okay. Thing that I knew that you would think is cool.
Okay.
Did you see the new Silo trailer?
I did. It's on my list.
Okay. What do you think of it?
Silo 2. What I think of it is that I have to spend $10 a month as soon as this comes out again.
Just wait until they're all there and then watch them all at once.
100%. Yes.
Or buy an Apple product and don't register it until it's come out.
Nathan just got a new phone.
Yeah.
I wonder if that means
100%. I bet it does, because that's why we got 3 months of Apple when
we're gonna have to look into that. Yeah. So if you all don't know, Silo is a show on Apple TV Plus. We still don't know the name of it, and it's based on a graphic novels or some book or something. And yeah, it's about these people who all live in a silo. It's funny because it's sort of like Fallout, but if it's very serious.
It takes itself very seriously too, doesn't it?
It is really serious, yeah. It's not with that kind of stuff, and it's a drama, sci-fi drama, I would say. But it looks really good.
Action adventure. It's politics. There's a lot of politics.
A lot of politics in it, absolutely. Yeah. So it's funny. Yeah, it's like very serious Fallout.
There's a TV show that I've been watching, and one of the main ladies in it is in this movie, but I don't know what the actress's name is. I'm trying to find it.
What's the movie?
It's a TV show. It's called Discovery of Witches. It's a TV show I've been watching.
Oh my gosh. What are you watching this garb for?
Because it was
we'll talk about it in binging, I guess.
We will. I mean, yeah, 100%. I'm trying to find where's her name. She's such a cool lady. She plays this like lady that's on River is in it. River Song is in this TV show.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
I'm scrolling. Tanya Moody.
No clue. I don't know why we wasted all that time for you to tell me the name of somebody I have no clue who it is.
She's in the Silo. She's in Silo season 2.
I still don't know who that is.
Okay.
Is that River Song?
No.
Oh, okay.
River Song is also in it.
Oh, but it's just somebody who's in a show you're watching now. I get it.
Yeah, but who's also was in the trailer for Silo. And I was like, I know her. And it looks like she's going to play a prominent role.
We're best friends. I know her.
I know him.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, did you see Now You See Me 3?
No.
Is coming out November the 14th next year.
I'm sorry, Now You See Me 3.
Yes. And
what's the dude who
starred in it? Like Jesse Eisenberg, is that his name? Whatever. Sure, I don't know what his name is.
I don't know what his name
is.
But
anyway, he says it's fantastic. But of course he stars in it, so he would have to say it's fantastic, right?
Well, it's coming out 2025?
Okay, so here's I don't know, did I ever see 2?
Yeah, we saw 2. It was the girl who they like.
You said we saw 2. I don't think I went with you. I think you all saw that and I didn't.
It was the one where they had the card and they were throwing it back and forth and trying to get it and not caught.
No,
and they couldn't drop the card. And this girl, I didn't like it as good.
All right, well, I'll have to watch it because I love the first one.
I wanted Isla Fisher to be in the second one, and she wasn't.
Okay. All right. So anyway, I just thought you would like that because I know you like it. 2025, the Thanksgiving movie next year.
Classic. Exciting.
There you go. All right. What else you got for me?
Okay. I have a piece of news for you.
Okay.
Krypto is officially in.
Did you see the picture?
Superman. I saw the picture. Do you know the background about the picture?
I do. Go ahead and tell everybody else. So if you people do not know, Krypto is the dog that's Superman's dog. And I've been filling in on another podcast, the Pull List podcast, and we talked briefly about this, that a comic book writer let it slip for sure that he was going to be in it a couple weeks ago. But now Hannah has news because this is apparently Adopt a Shelter Pet Month.
Yes. So this is so sweet. So James Gunn decided to put Krypto in the movie, and he wanted Krypto to be based off of his dog, Ozu.
Ozu, yeah.
And Ozu was a dog that his family adopted shortly after he started writing Superman. And Ozu was an owner give-up dog who came from a bad background.
Yeah, and it tears up the house, the whole works.
Yeah, and so he wanted Krypto to kind of have the same look.
He's a cutie. All we get
Ozu.
is he puts a picture out on Instagram. It's like of Superman and Krypto. You get to see them from the
They're
back.
They're like sitting on the moon or an asteroid.
And it is so cute.
His little ears up.
I know, one's up and one's down.
His little ears like, what's that? It's so cutie.
Here's what's going to crush us. We're going to fall in love with this dog in the Superman movie. And you know what's going to happen.
And he's going to get hurt in the Supergirl movie.
In the Supergirl show movie, whatever it is, he's going to get hurt. And it's going to tear people up.
Well, he gets rescued.
He does get rescued. And he is alive. You're right. I know, but we don't know that until the end of the book.
Well, read the comic book. It's one of the best comic books that came out last year.
2 years ago. It was my favorite comic book of the year.
Well, I'm just saying. Go read it. It's
You're
excellent.
Right. Go read it. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
I just thought that was so cute. And I love that it was that he debuted this while also encouraging people
to adopt a pet.
I thought that was really tender. That was a sweet way to kind of be like, okay, yeah, cat's out of the bag. Here's what it looks like. And go to the snake.
And if you swipe, there's a picture of him with the dog too. His dog. Right. So it's not just, I like that.
Sweet.
This is news both of us will enjoy.
Okay.
So Reacher season 3 isn't even out yet. It comes out next year.
We have all of the same news.
Hilarious. They've already okayed season 4.
Season 4. Yes.
I love Reacher.
And season 4.
That dude's just a beast.
And
we get a spinoff. We get the spinoff show
with Neely
coming up. Yeah. With Neely coming out. So if you guys don't know, Reacher's on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it. It is an adult show. And honestly, I liked the Reacher movies with Tom Cruise.
Cruise mind them. He's not
dude.
Reacher. And the whole point of Reacher is that he's supposed to be massive.
Yeah. But Tom Cruise
point of him.
But it was still, the first movie was great.
Oh, yeah.
With Robert Duvall.
It was very, very smart. It was
very smart. Very smart.
Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah. I think you're smart.
Thank you. I really wanted to see, this is unrelated. This is related to just the guy who plays Jack Reacher is also in this movie. I really wanted to watch The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. Was he in that?
I haven't either. He and Henry Cavill were in it.
Yeah, I got to watch that. It's got to be on something.
Here's the thing. Alan Ritchson is so big that he's bigger than Henry Cavill.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Henry Cavill is a big dude.
I know.
But there's this scene where they're like sitting on a boat and Alan Ritchson is wearing these like really, really tiny circle glasses and they're just giggling back and forth at each other because they got like captured and they're like, oh no, you're on our boat, we've been captured. And then they're just like laughing back and forth at each other before apparently some shenanigans ensue.
Oh, I got you. I want to see it.
But it looks very, very good.
I have one piece of news left. Do you have one?
I have another piece of news.
Go ahead.
Did you watch the trailer for The Wild Robot?
Yeah, I wanted to go see the movie. It came out like 2 weeks ago and it looked fantastic.
I didn't know that it was by the same people who wrote and directed How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that. Trevin and I completely missed it.
I wanted to see it. It looks great. And I saw the preview. Your mom and I saw the preview when we went and saw another movie. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, I'm going to go see this, which I never do. Now that we don't have small children, we never go see fun movies. We do go see fun movies. I should take that back. We don't go see those baby fun movies. Baby movies. Well, that's not really a baby movie. So, I mean, it's PG.
We hadn't watched the trailer because Trevin and I are married with no children. And so when we go to the movies, we watch grown-up movies. Mm-hmm. And so we watched it. We didn't get to watch the trailer for it. We just saw the poster and the poster looked kind of lame. Like all of the
trailer
posters
looked great.
All of the posters that we saw looked kind of lame. But when I watched the trailer just like
sweet
on a whim today and like teared up.
Yeah,
after I saw that it was by the same people that did How to Train Your Dragon, because that's one of Trevin's favorite movies.
I know, because you guys went and saw them.
We'll talk about it in binging.
We'll talk about it in binge. Okay. So this is also in binging. The Agatha All Along show.
Yes. It actually happened.
It actually happened.
And we had talked about it. And I was like, we know things.
We know things. So when we tape this, the next episode will be out because they drop them every Wednesday.
Okay.
So tomorrow we get a new episode, I think. But at the end of the last episode that we watched, something happens at the end, and the teen is what they've been calling this boy. But we knew this.
It's not hard.
The little Scarlet Witch. I don't know. You don't call it a tiara. I don't know what that is, but it's like a crown or something. Looks like a I don't know.
Headpiece.
Very good. Comes on him, and you're like, I knew it was Billy Maximoff all along.
Dad says, I know things.
I know, and I can't wait to figure out what they're going to do, because now in the comic book he's called Wiccan, and he has a brother, right? Tommy, who's called, I can't remember.
Fast Boy.
What boy?
Fast Boy, isn't he fast?
Fast Boy. Okay, I can't remember if he's fast or not.
I'm dumb, Dad. I thought that his power was being quick. Is that not his power?
It might be.
Oh, that's Wanda's brother.
No, Wanda's brother is Quicksilver.
He's fast.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't remember what his name is. Wiccan and something else. So, I can't wait to see the next. There's they just put out a mid-season trailer, which is something they do now, I guess. I guess which
they used to do when movies came out on, like, movies, LOL. When TV shows would come out, they would do like a mid-season finale. They would do like a mid-season, like, trailer and things like that.
So, so who knows what's going to happen, but definitely anything's possible.
And Speed
is his name. Wiccan and Speed.
Wiccan and Speed. Classic.
I'll tell you what's really funny. This really isn't news, but I saw it when looking for news. I did not go see Deadpool and Wolverine, of course, but it will be out on something here soon. But they showed a clip, about a deleted scene clip of, is it Bob? That's his name?
Oh, them kissing?
Yes. Do you know who the girl is?
No.
She's from the TVA, from the Loki's TV show.
Oh.
Yeah. And he's like, Daddy's in love. That looked so cute. That was so fun. Yeah, she starred in the TVA, the Loki TV show.
My last piece of news isn't necessarily relevant, but
all relevant. What do you got?
I've just heard that the Joker 2 just did bad, and that it wasn't.
I don't know. This may not be true, but last time I checked, at the end of the week, the terrible Madame Webb movie brought in more money than the Joker movie.
You're lying. I
don't know if that's true now, but as of last week, it had. Madame Webb had brought in more movie. Yeah, it's just flopping terrible.
Well, what I heard was that the acting was good. Like Lady Gaga acted well. Joaquin Phoenix acted well. It's just
I haven't seen it, so I can't.
Was bad.
I think the issue becomes what is real, what is not real. Remember how I told you that was the issue with the previous movie? I think it goes too far in this one, and people just don't know. And so who knows? Who knows? I haven't seen it. Maybe I'll watch it, and I'll give you my honest opinion.
I am not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch. I didn't watch the first one either. I just know a lot of people really, really enjoyed the first one. Your friend CJ, Dad, said that it's on course to lose $200 million.
Whoopsie. That's what happens when they give somebody just like, hey, you do whatever you want with no editorial input.
It'll be fine.
Which gets into the things that, I can't wait. Are we done with this now?
Yeah.
I want to go straight into binging then. This is the time when we talk about what we've been watching, reading, and everything. So I started watching The Franchise.
Yes.
Which is on Max.
Yeah.
And it is a spoof off of someone trying to make a movie within the big superhero franchise. like CJ said, on course to lose 200 million. And like it stars a guy who I like, don't know his name. He was in Station 11. He was the star in Station 11. He was the guy, I can't remember his name. But anyway, I love that Station 11. Everybody should watch it. Okay, I know it's adulty, but it's one of my favorites. And so he's the assistant director, and he's basically the star of the show. And they have a guy who comes in who's supposed to be Kevin Feige.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's just
They're
terrible.
Just making fun of Disney.
They're making fun of, no, not just, I mean, Marvel. And not just Marvel. I think it's any type of movie superhero franchise is what they're doing. Like at one point they filmed this whole entire film. They're almost done. And then the guy comes in, the Kevin Feige character comes in and says, we just killed off the fishmen in the last movie, so you got to take them out of the movie. And they're like, we just filmed all this stuff with the fishmen. They're a major part of this movie. And he says, they got to go. But anyway, this is adult, 100% adult. It is so funny. And it's like, oh my gosh, these people are so messed up. They get like, the director wants the lighting low, but the studio likes it up. So when the guy comes, they turn on these super high lamps to make it lighter, and they end up giving the main actors sunburn on their eyes so they can't see. So it's just stuff like that.
Oh
no. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because we talked about the franchise losing money and this funny TV show. But I've got more, but what do you got?
Okay, so since the last time we spoke, my dear sweet husband had a birthday.
Right.
And as I mentioned previously in this episode, one of Trevin's most favoriteest movies of the entire time and space and world is How to Train Your Dragon. And ever since Trevin and I have been dating, I have been attempting to find tickets to get him to How to Train Your Dragon live in concert, so that we could watch with an orchestra and watch the movie. And I knew that it existed because Dad has been to these before.
Yep.
You saw Empire Strikes Back.
And Black Panther.
And Black Panther, yeah. So Dad had been to a couple, so I knew that they existed. And I had been searching every birthday, every Christmas for literally years and had not been able to find them. And I was looking randomly a day in like April this year, April, May, and found that it was going to be at the Atlanta Orchestra in October, which is Trevin's birthday month. And so we bought these tickets literally half a year ago. And forgot like how much, like I thought like, who knows how much we paid? Who knows where we're sitting? We just showed up and was like, oh, these seats are great.
Awesome. That's good.
We were so kind to ourselves.
No kidding.
And we had such a blast. We got to watch it with the Atlanta Orchestra.
Do you, here's what happened to me. You almost forget they're there sometimes.
Yes and
I
no.
had to consciously make an effort to just, golly, this is amazing. But anyway.
We sat in the orchestra section. So we sat down on like the main floor.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like in our line of sight pretty easily the entire time.
That's good.
And it was so cool. And the music in that is the ba 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 ba. It's so good. The music in that is so good. And they ended so I didn't know that they were going to do this. Tell me if they did this for you. They had an intermission. They stopped the movie halfway through.
I think they did. They did. Yes. Well, you have to.
Of course. I just wasn't thinking about it because they've been performing for literally 45, 50 minutes straight.
Yes.
Without stopping barely any at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was an intermission.
So yeah, there was an intermission. And for those of you that have watched How to Train Your Dragon, the intermission was right after the first flight with Hiccup and Toothless.
Oh, cool.
Which is such a big scene in that movie. So much so that when Trevin is like thinking about the movie, he'll be like, can we just watch that one scene before we watch something else? Like he'll just put on that scene and watch it and cry. And then it was so tender and so sweet. It was extra fun because there were a lot of like families that were there. We saw a matinee showing.
Oh yeah, that would be good. So young kids.
There were a lot of young kids there. They encouraged people to like dress up and to like bring things, except you couldn't take in like fake weapons. So there were like little kids with like Build-A-Bear toothlesses and like dressed up like Astrid or dressed up like Toothless. There were like light furies there and night furies there, and there were like people that were like in suits and in fancy dresses because they were going to the symphony. It was a cool mixture of people that were there to watch it, and the crowd was wonderful. Like we laughed and we awed, and everyone like clapped.
That's fun. That's so good.
They had like 2 standing ovations for the orchestra. Like it was such a fun time. I would recommend it.
Absolutely.
You don't have to buy the tickets aren't like super duper expensive for
they're
going
like,
to the orchestra.
Yeah, they're okay. Unless you wait to the last second to go buy tickets.
You can drop a pretty penny.
Absolutely.
On them. And that was part of the reason that we hadn't gone yet, is because I'd only ever found the tickets on resale sites. And on resale sites, especially for How to Train Your Dragon, it's expensive.
I remember in Empire Strikes Back when we watched it, and the scene where Darth Vader and Luke start to fight down like 4 rows from the orchestra. When Luke's lightsaber comes up, a guy stands up with a lightsaber. And then Darth Vader's comes up, and a guy next to him stands up with a Darth Vader one.
And
everybody's like, yeah! And they like did it like for maybe just 2 or 3, maybe 5 seconds, and then sat down long enough.
Just the right amount of time.
Just long enough to get the point across. Anything longer
than that would have been annoying.
Exactly. And then they sat back down, and it was like, that was perfect. It was perfect. And everybody went crazy.
That's so fun.
Like, so I love that because the crowd gets into it, the crowd enjoys it, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
I would recommend depending on when you want to go, depending on what show it is, depending on where it is. Yeah. They're pretty affordable.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
One of mine, we'll just go back and forth.
Yeah.
I started watching The Penguin on Max.
He's loving that. He's like, your dad would love this show.
He texted me and asked me if I'd watched it. I had not. I started. I'm on episode 4. I believe there's 5 or 6 out currently. So this is a brutal, it is a mob show, basically is what it is. Now, I know it's The Penguin with Batman. It does mention them, and it does have some of the lore, but it's not, you don't have to know anything about Batman to watch the show at all.
It's the same penguin from the Robert Pattinson Batman movie, right?
Yeah, it's daggone. Yeah, it doesn't look nothing like him.
Did you watch the like sped up video of him putting on the prosthetics?
No, but I did see like 4 or 5 different pictures.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And he also played Bullseye in the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck. So yeah, that's on Max, and that is definitely adult. But yeah, what else you got? What else you watching doing?
I've been watching my husband play Legend of Zelda.
All right.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
I am very excited. He got a Nintendo gift card for his birthday present from my dear sweet sister, and bought a game but didn't tell me what it was, and wants to surprise me when I watch him play video games tomorrow.
That's a surprise.
And so I get to be surprised by a new video game tomorrow.
That's hilarious. That's fun.
I think it's really fun. I really enjoy it. Here's the thing. I am bad at pushing buttons. Could I learn?
Oh, I don't like it either.
Yes. I could learn because I'm capable of doing anything that I put my mind, time, and energy and effort into doing. I just don't care enough. And so I would rather watch my husband, who feels pretty expert to me at it. I don't think maybe he'd win any tournaments of like speed running Legend of Zelda, but why would you want to do that? I want to watch all the story points.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
I finished today The Hobbit.
Aww.
And discovered that the same dude voices all of the Lord of the Rings books. The guy who does the narration for The Hobbit. Yes.
Are you listening to all of them? Rob Ingalls?
I don't know if they're available on Hoopla or whatever.
I will find out right now.
I just discovered that. And because it was funny at the end, it was like, if you would like to more, you can fax us at this number.
I'm dead. What a cutie patootie.
Still fax you in England. Oh my gosh. Hilarious.
Okay. So, tell everyone, Dad, which one they need to listen to.
Okay, so if you're want to listen to The Hobbit, we talked about this on the last episode. You need to listen to the one with Rob Ingalls as the narrator. He does a different voice for everyone, and it's not obnoxious. It's good. Now, he does the singing as well. In the Hobbit book, there's a lot of singing. Like the dwarves sing, the elves sing, and he does the singing. Now, it's not the greatest, but he even does the goblins.
It's cute, though.
10 birds and 5 fir trees. Yes, it's cute. It's very good. So, yeah, that's my Hoopla. I'm also reading a lot of old... I'm going back and rereading some Fantastic Four books. And I'm going to tell everyone right now, this is just between us. So don't tell anybody else. Here's what's going to happen. Thanksgiving's going to come around, and some nerds are going to put up Thanksgiving photos. And one of them's going to be a picture of the Fantastic Four with a big turkey and everything. That comic book is not a Thanksgiving comic book. That's a Christmas comic book.
Dad says, I call nonsense.
Be on the lookout for it. So
if I find it, I will post, excuse you, do you know anything about Thanksgiving?
Don't do that. Just say I love you.
Actually, this is from a Christmas
comic. This is from a Christmas comic book where the evil creature at this island is trying to devour a child every 25 years and on Christmas Day. So anyway, yeah. So I've been reading old Fantastic Four books, and I hate to admit it, but I'd forgotten that it was a Christmas book myself.
Rob Ingalls reads The Fellowship of the Ring, available to borrow on Hoopla.
Oh, yeah. Getting her now. I hope I have some borrows left.
He has every single one. Dad, do you have tomorrow off?
Yeah, why?
Go to Clark County. Get a Clark County library card because you're allowed to live in Montgomery and have a Clark County library card.
Serious?
Use Hoopla at Clark County and Hoopla in Montgomery County.
Oh, snappity-doo-dah-day.
I will do that.
I will do that. All right.
You're allowed to call
public
first.
Libraries.
Call first. Y'all, if you don't have a library card, what are you doing?
Okay, stop it. Don't fuss at other people for not having library cards.
I love you so much. There are so many excellent resources that are available at your public library. They would love to help you.
Do you know how many comic books? Don't tell my wife they're free to read. Okay. Anyway, what else am I binging?
No, it's my turn. No.
Oh, yeah,
wait,
it's your turn.
You said no because I said Legend of
No, I did.
Oh, it is my turn.
It is your turn. Okay.
I have been watching A Discovery of Witches when I walk on the treadmill, and it is my treat to walk on the treadmill. And if I'm not walking on the treadmill, I'm not allowed to watch it.
You're terrible.
And it's really cool. I am liking it because it's giving all of the paranormal vibes that I need at this time of year.
Okay.
Plus politics.
Maybe we should watch What We Do in the Shadows and talk about that. Have you ever watched it?
I haven't.
Oh, Hannah, it's hilarious.
In New York City. I don't want to say the full thing.
It is so funny.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh no, wait. Is that What We Do in the Shadows? The guy who's
New York City. Oh, now I can't remember his daggone name. Jermaine Clement. Shiny. He's also Flight of the Conchords. Yeah. It's Taika Waititi
Laszlo,
directed.
Huh? The guy who plays Laszlo.
Yes. So it's so funny.
What is his name? He is in what's that actor's name? He is in You Are the Most Devious in New York City.
Okay, we'll have to talk about this off air and to decide, and then we'll talk about
Matt Berry. Matt Berry is the guy that plays Laszlo in What We Do in the Shadows, and he plays a silly corporate CEO in the IT crowd, one of my most favoriteest British sitcoms in the entire world.
Okay, listen, the show's funny.
The IT Crowd is funny, but only watch it if you're a grown-up.
And the same with this. So since we're talking about witches, I am caught up on Agatha All Along.
Are you liking it?
I don't know. I'm watching it just because I feel like as a Fantastic Four fan, I should.
Oh, because Agatha
is from Fantastic Four. And here's the deal. We have to get to the point where she babysits Franklin Richards. If that happens, that's just because that's where she came as she babysat.
Do you think that they're going to like age her? And she's going to be like she's going to have like messed something up. And so she's like aged.
They may happen, but it'll come back. I don't think so because literally in the comic book last year, they youngified her. She was old and they de-aged her because they knew this was going to happen, that they were going to have Catherine Hahn be Agatha.
There's a British TV show called Merlin, and it's about Merlin and King Arthur and da-da-da. But Merlin is actually King Arthur's like aide / personal servant person. And he is like the person that's just keeping King Arthur from like doing something dumb. He's like working behind the scenes. And so whenever he has to do something but doesn't want Arthur to know that it's him, he oldifies himself, which is why everyone thinks that like Merlin is this like old wise person. Like wizard, but actually it's this young man who's just oldifying himself to like.
I love Sword in the Stone.
Go run around. Good.
That's a good one.
That Merlin's weird in that though, man.
Yeah,
he's a bad dude in that.
Merlin's a weirdie in almost everything.
I mean, not in the Merlin TV show.
What else you got, sis?
That's it. Actually,
all right. If you think of something else, let me know.
I think that's it.
Yeah. That's about all I'm doing. Oh, and I watched Lord of the Rings. I started watching the daggone, whatever Rings show. And then
you were like, this isn't as good. I just might as well watch Lord of the Rings. I wanted to watch Lord of the Rings.
Not that it's no good. It's good. I like Lord of the Rings. I don't know. It's good. Anywho, go ahead.
I really wanted to start watching Lord of the Rings. And Trevin was like, what do we want to put on? I'm like, let's just put on Fellowship. And he was like, we don't have time to sit here for 2.5 hours, Hannah. I'm
2.5?
I'm like, we don't have to sit here for 3 hours, babe. We'll just watch it for 30 minutes and then turn it off. We could get through at least Bilbo's birthday party. And he was like, no.
My 111th birthday.
And he's like, no, you can't just turn that movie off. And I was like, yes, you can.
We did it all the time.
And he was like, no, you can't. And I was like, you know what? I think the reason that I'm so chill about it is because that's how I watched it. I didn't even realize that was like, yeah, you can just pause it and then come back to it in like a day, a week.
All the time.
And Trevin's like, no, those are movies you watch all the way through. And I'm like, well,
we're not doing it.
Well,
all right.
I might start them without you then.
There you go. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen them before.
Did you know that in that scene, the 111th birthday scene, that the cake literally had caught on fire because of all of the candles on it, but that they were enjoying shooting it so much and everyone was like hitting their marks so well that they just kept going anyways.
The cake looks like it's on fire.
And so if you look at it, there are some shots where the cake is literally on fire because it is.
Have you been in the gaffer's home? Have you been at home brew? No.
Yes.
Well, yes.
Yes.
But all right. What's next, Hannah?
Pull list.
Pull list. Do you want to explain, or do we just want to go with it?
No, let's explain it. So we're going to talk about Dad's pull list. A pull list is a list of books that you give to the proprietor of your local comic book shop. That way they can pull from their inventory the stuff that you're collecting. Dad is going to share with us 5 books. He's going to share with us a Marvel book, a DC book, an independent book. He's going to share with us a new #1. That way, if you want to start collecting, don't know where to start, maybe you're a little intimidated, this is a good place to start. And he's going to share with us a book of the week.
I have 3 #1s in my thing.
Woo! So lots of options for collecting.
Lots of options. We'll start with Marvel, since that's how you said Marvel. And I'm going with Daredevil issue 14. This is a lot of spiritual overtones in this book, where Daredevil comes to the realization that he's playing at being a priest, and he shouldn't do that, and that he can't live up to that. He should never have done that, and but that he will do everything he can to the best of his ability. So I like it because of that. He comes back to being Daredevil, basically. There's a power vacuum because Kingpin now is a Bible-thumping believer, which I still struggles because Daredevil left him there on the top of the building wanting to know more. And he just left him there. So something's going to end up happening with Daredevil and Kingpin. And I'm afraid it might not be to my liking. But yeah. So there we go.
Man.
Daredevil.
I appreciate how, I don't know the right way to say this. I appreciate, because Daredevil is canonically Catholic.
Correct.
And so I appreciate that is not something that they're hiding from in the themes of his books.
No, but.
And it's still weird.
It's not weird, I think. I like it. Usually it's pretty good, pretty well done. We'll see how it's done in this book.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, it started out rocky when this new guy took over. Like they were using scripture that I didn't think it should be used in the place it was used. And I was like, and it's like somebody might have said, hey, dude, you might really want to look at what you're talking about here. So the book now has become much better. So, yeah.
Well.
All right.
Right on.
My DC book is DC All In Special #1.
DC
flip
colon All In Special.
It's just called All In Specials. What it's called.
All In Special flip book.
It doesn't say flip books, not in the title. But that's
Tell me what
it's
tied. Tell me the title of this book so I can write it down, please.
All In Special.
Issue 1.
Issue 1, one shot. It's only one. Only one. So this book.
Sorry, I was losing my mind as you were explaining this.
It's 64 pages, but only $4.99. So I'm glad they didn't charge out the wazoo.
Dang, for your buck.
This is the end of Absolute Power. So Absolute Power is over, and this is the beginning of DC's new direction. And it's 2 stories. So it's a flip book. You read half of the story, flip it over, and read the other story. And this is the story of basically all of the superheroes have now started to getting their powers back. They're creating a new Justice League. You come to find out that when the powers are returned, some people got powers that didn't have powers. Some people's powers are messed up. Like Black Canary now has like heat vision, and Plastic Man can turn invisible. So it's really weird. Yeah, it's like Plastic Man's a combination of the Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, you think? Anywho.
How hard can I roll my eyes? Pretty hard.
So, but what happens is they are attacked by Darkseid. And he has combined with the spirit of vengeance, which is the Spectre.
The spirit of vengeance.
Yeah. So, because Darkseid just wants the anti-life equation, right? He's wanting to kill all life or whatever. So they defeat him. You think, not really, because you flip the book and you read Darkseid's tale.
Perspective.
Yeah, totally different art style. And he basically, what happens, you come to find out, is when they stopped Amanda Waller, they cut off the multiverse. There is no multiverse anymore. No way to get to anything like that. And what happens is it causes something bad on Darkseid, because Darkseid is basically the other part of the equation. He is the bad to the good. And his bad was spread throughout all the multiverse.
Oh, and now we have all of it.
Right.
Oh, no.
So basically what happens is this creates the absolute universe, which is like DC's version of the ultimate universe, which we have in Marvel. It's just a different universe. We have a different universe where what they're going to do is they're going to introduce the same heroes, but they will have been brought up with much worse. Like the place where they live is horrible because it's all Darkseid energy. It's all evil and everything. Like Wonder Woman's going to be is like the princess of hell. She comes from hell. Wonder Woman does. Superman has, anyway, we'll talk about Batman when we get to Batman. Anyway, this was a good book, a good thing to read, to get caught up on. You get to see the formation of the Justice League. It's going to start over with the new Justice League Tower, and I'm excited for that.
Okay, bring it on.
So my independent book is a new number one. It's from Image. It's called Hyde Street, like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Hyde.
Correct. Yeah. This book starts out with this little old lady with a bag of groceries and can't cross the street. And some little Boy Scout says, well, I'll help you, ma'am.
It steals from her.
Huh?
Steals from her.
He doesn't steal from her. He takes her down Hyde Street and confronts the evil things that she's done. Like she killed her husband, or slowly poisoned her husband, and all this kind of stuff. And this boy is like a, I don't know, type of wicked creature who ferries evil people to the other side.
Absolutely not.
And there's another guy who's doing the same thing called Mr. X-Ray, who got caught up in this, and he has to do the same thing. There's like even a tally board of who's traveled so many for this evil person. And yeah.
Which cover do you have?
I have the one with Mr. X-Ray holding his glasses.
Did you see the one with the boy?
This is it. Yes, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, there's like 9 million covers. Yeah. So interesting. Hyde Street. It'll be a new one I collect. It's by Ghost Machine, which is the imprint inside Image that does Geiger, Redcoat,
which are all ones you really
Junkyard
enjoy.
Joe. Yeah.
You love Junkyard Joe.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really good. Okay. So my new number one is also from Image.
Okay.
It's called The Manchurian.
Okay, I'm going to need you to show me the cover or spell it for me.
Manchurian. So this is from something called The Horizon Experiment.
Okay.
So this is authors and creators taking something that is traditionally, let's just explain this part. This is like, what if James Bond was from a Chinese perspective?
Well, I'm looking it up. It's an Indian Chinese dish.
The Manchurian? Well,
Manchurian is a food.
Well, the Manchurian, and if you look, there's a movie called The Manchurian Candidate. Am I right?
Yes.
So this is the person. A Manchurian is the person. He is the spy. So they're doing...
He looks like a spy. He looks James Bond.
This is by the Dodsons, who did the Adventure Man comic that I love so much. They drew it. So their art's in it. So what's happening is this group of creators are doing these one-shots called the Horizon Experiment one-shots, where they take something that we would say is traditionally a British spy or an American spy. And we say, well, what if this person was from China, was Chinese? For example, how would that be different? How would a Chinese spy, someone who's a spy from China, how would they handle things? What would it look like? What would espionage look like from their perspective? How different it would be. And it's really different than James Bondish type stuff, because this is more of a corporate issue. And they go on to say, like, they become friends with people and they get someone to share 3 secrets when they should only share 2. See what I mean? So this is the first one of the experience. So they're going to be 5 number ones. Like the next one is it's called The Sacred, I can't say the word because we're a child-friendly thing. And it is a Muslim occultist.
Cool.
Okay. And then my favorite one's going to be, I can't say it. I can't say some of the titles. You'll just have to look them up. They're really good. I'm going to get them all. I can't wait to get the Monster Fighter. So look that one up. It's something monsters. Comes out in December. I can't wait to get it. It's like, I think it's African-American monster hunters, basically. So anyway, yeah. These are really good.
The Horizon Experiment.
The Horizon Experiment. And they, if they are well received, they might become ongoing books.
Ooh.
And I really like the Manchurian, so I'd be all for it. I probably wouldn't collect a occultist book, but then again, that's me. But okay.
Horizon experiment. Okay.
Are you ready for my book of the week? Book of the week. Book of the week. It's the book of the week. Absolute Batman #1.
Okay.
This book is awesome. Didn't think I would like it. It's a completely different origin story of Batman. His mom is still living. His dad dies because he was a teacher protecting kids from a shooting at a zoo. And his friends, all grown up together, they've got a picture of all the friends. And in the little picture is the people who we would know as Killer Croc, Catwoman, Harvey Dent, who else? The Riddler. They were all grew up together as best friends. And this Batman doesn't have money. He's
that's the point of.
That's the point of the absolute power. He comes to be a hero. It's funny because they're like, how does he know all this stuff? And how does he get into all these buildings? Well, you come to find out he worked for the water department for a year, doing stuff underground in the water and the sewer. He worked for the building department for a year. And he just learned.
So he just kind of picks up all of this. Yes. I mean, a different origin story for Batman, but makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. Black Mask is pretty creepy in this. It's a character that they merely make him super creepy. They introduce the Joker at the end. They go, what's his name? And they say, it's Arthur, or which is like Arthur Fleck or Jack, which is the character from Jack Nicholson's. He was called Jack. And he goes, but they call him the Joker because he never laughs. So yeah, we get introduced to him at the end. And I believe they're going to have like 2 years to play around with this before we get
That'll be fun.
So yeah. It's already in its like 4th printing, and this book is already worth $30, I think.
Heck yeah. You
want to know something that's funny?
Yeah.
This is the original. It's the
Batman.
Yeah,
it's literally a square.
He takes it off and it becomes an axe. He takes the thing off, hooks it to something, and it's an axe. Yes. But here's the deal. So there's another variant cover where they put a cardstock over top of it that's not worth as much. But what you did is if you took that cardstock off, it becomes this book and it's worth the same amount of money. Is it worth more money? Anyway, that's it.
That's silly.
That's my comics. All righty. Folks, Hannah and I watched one of my favorite movies of all time.
Of all time. Top 5, right?
Easily, probably. I don't know. It's in my top 10 for sure.
I know. I have a list. It's in the house in my room.
Well, I've got it here on my phone. We'll see when I wrote them down. Where did I write it when I wrote it down? That might have some conscious, where the heck is it? That ain't it.
That ain't it, folks. That ain't it, folks.
Please tell me I didn't erase my top 10 movies of all time. Oh, here they are. Top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was listed 6th. Still, I would say probably higher than Shawshank because I love Shawshank. But this is Raising Arizona, which was made in 1987. It stars Holly Hunter and Nicolas Cage, along with John Goodman, Randall Tex Cobb.
Is Holly Hunter different from Holly Hunt?
I don't know. Why?
Bonnie Hunt. It's not Bonnie. And no, it is. It's the girl who played Elastigirl.
That's her.
Yeah. I was this is Elastigirl, right?
It is Elastigirl. Sure enough, it is. Yeah. First time I ever saw this movie. It was probably 88, 89.
It came out in
87.
87.
I was selling plasma. And I was watching this movie while giving plasma. I'll never forget because they jabbed me and blood squirted out and they had to squirt like Clorox or something cleaner on the ground.
They squirted Clorox on you? No, on the
bleached my sweater. My sweater was on the ground, and they bleached part of my sweater. The good part is I got to watch Raising Arizona for the first time while giving plasma. Selling plasma.
What a iconic reason to be watching this movie.
There you go.
In the plasma center.
In the plasma center. I'll never forget, because I was like, I felt like when they asked me the questions, have you had any tattoos in the last blah, blah, blah. Did you have any of these diseases? And like a guy sitting next to me looked like the Smalls character. He's like, no. I was like, he's lying. He's lying.
He's lying.
Anyway.
I didn't
Raising
know.
Arizona. What?
John Goodman.
Yeah. Yeah. John Goodman starred in that movie.
And Frances Dorman?
Yeah. She's a Dot. Oh, did you get his dip tat? Okay. So this movie, if you guys don't know, you should watch it. Dang. You can watch it for free on Disney, I think.
It's on Hulu, and everything that's on Hulu you can watch on Disney.
Gotcha. That's how, because it did have ads, I think.
Yeah.
Did it have ads?
It did not. It did. Not for me.
Maybe it did. I don't remember. Maybe it didn't. Anywho, this movie it's by the Coen brothers. It's like their second big movie. They've made some major serious movies. This is more of a surreal comedy. It really was not received 100% the greatest. It's got more of a cult following now.
Guess what it has on Rotten Tomatoes?
Like a 68 or 70 or something?
91%.
Oh, really? I think IMDb is like 7.5 or something like that. But
it has a 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb and a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's pretty good. But I probably voted for it 18 times on there. No, I didn't. I don't even know how to do that. So this movie, if you don't know, is about a convict who falls in love with a person who works for the sheriff's department. She is the one who takes his fingerprints and books him every time. And he falls in love with her. He gets out of jail. They get married. They want to have a family, and she can't have children.
She's like, I'm bearing high.
Yeah. Who's looked as fertile as the something valley. Yeah, where my seed could find no purchase. Anyway.
It's just like, what is happening?
I know. Had you not remembered any half of this stuff?
Okay, well, I have watched, I think, the first 30 minutes with you.
And that's it?
On more than one occasion. But I had never finished the movie.
Oh, man.
I had never finished the movie before. And so I'm watching this. Well, I had plans to teach one of my roommate to cross stitch. She had bought all of the ingredients, LOL. She bought all of the supplies to cross stitch. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, here's the thing. We can cross stitch. I'll teach you. We're watching Raising Arizona. And we're going to sit on my bed and I'm going to teach you how to cross stitch. And she's like, okay. And so these men are just pulling shenanigans. And I'm teaching my roommate how to cross stitch. And I'm like, oh man, these sweet nuggets. The guy that he punches in the face, Glenn.
Yes. Uh-huh. What?
The reason why, I'm not going to say it because this is a child-friendly podcast.
Oh, yes. But it's funny. He gets what's coming to him at the end.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what happens is there's a guy who owns an unpainted furniture store. He and his wife have quints. Is that right? 6 children, 6 babies or 5? 5 babies. And they say in the paper they have more than they can handle. So they go and steal a baby. Yeah.
They're like, they got more than they can handle, hi.
Yeah. Oh, honey, I went up there. They were all over me. I can't
They were. The babies were everywhere.
They were all over me.
My favorite part is that they steal this book and they're like, I got the manual.
Yeah. That book is for real. Dr. Spock's childcare book was huge in the 70s and 80s.
I just think it's so funny that he's like, I got the manual, and this baby gets stolen by maybe 5 or 6, and then every single one of them take the book. Hysterical.
Yes, every one. So, and then that's what happens is that they basically, 2 convicts show up at their house and
they busted out of jail a la,
they dug a hole.
I was like, is this, no, I can't remember what the movie is called.
Shawshank Redemption.
I was like, Shawshank? Question mark? Because they get out and the man raises his arms. They're like, ah! And he's like talking about how he was covered in poo. And I was like, Shawshank?
Or mud. Oh, they did hit the sewer line on the way out.
Sewer line on the way out.
On the way out, they hit the sewer line.
And I was like, are they well?
No, they're not well at all.
That John Goodman, what movie do I think of when I think of John Goodman? Do you know, Dad?
I don't know, unless it would be the Flintstones.
What movie from my childhood do I think of when I see John Goodman?
Don't know.
Speed Racer.
Oh, yeah. Speed Racer.
And so I'm watching this man that defeats ninjas in this childhood movie that I loved.
Yes.
Be this absolute turd to young Nicolas Cage.
Who, by the way, looks like he's like a mental patient in half of this thing. His like eye twitching and everything. Yes.
He is not well in this movie, you all.
So what did you think of the plot?
Not well.
What did you think of the movie?
It was absurdist. It was an absurdist plot. And I was not mad about it.
Okay.
I was not mad about it. I mean, and to like some degree, do I get it? No, I would not steal a baby. And is it kind of funny to be like, because they tried to adopt.
The baby is cute as can be. Yes, they won't let him adopt because of his
high as a
convicted felon. Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, we thought that maybe her being a police officer would.
Twice decorated.
It would cancel it.
And then they show all the times he's been convicted. It's like massive. Yes, they do try to adopt.
They try to adopt, but they can't. And then they the thing that I thought was really sweet. Okay, I'm missing so many different plot points. Okay.
You go ahead and just say what we want. We don't care.
Fine. The thing that I thought was really sweet was when they go take the baby back and they're like, we didn't mean nothing by it. And like, we're sorry. And the guy is like not going to press charges against the dad. Right. He's not going to press charges against them and is like, it's okay.
But he says, I'd sleep on it because I don't know if she ever left me. And he says, I do love her so. I remember that at the end. And then he has a dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Hi has H-I. What's his name?
Herbert.
What's his middle initial?
I don't have any clue, but Herbert.
I think it's really funny.
Because he signs Your Loving Herbert.
Because
he has premonition dreams that come true.
Premonition dreams. The
biker?
Biker of the apocalypse.
Okay, do you know who the biker is?
No.
Okay, that biker, his name is Randall Tex Cobb. He used to be a boxer. He fought this is a big deal because I remember watching this boxing match. I think he fought Larry Holmes for the heavyweight championship.
He's alive still.
And he got so beaten so bad, like pummeled him. He would not fall down. He refused to he would not been knocked out. It was so bad that there was a famous commentator named Howard Cosell at the time who did all these He was so bad that Howard Cosell on air during that boxing match said, I will never, ever call a boxing match as long as I live ever again. Because this was before they wouldn't throw the towel in and he wouldn't give up. It got to be to where I'm pretty sure it was Larry Holmes. He wouldn't even try to hit him. He'd try to stay away from him. But good thing was he got a couple movie deals out of the thing.
Yeah.
He was a roughhouser. Yeah. And did you notice he had the same tattoo as Hi?
Did he? I didn't notice that.
At the very end, when Hi has pulls the chain, the key out of the
that was hysterical.
Of the hand grenade.
Is that Hi? Is that what is that?
No, but I wonder why they had the same Roadrunner tattoo.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird, but they never
explained it.
What were your favorite parts?
I thought the running through like HI.
Yes. Son, you got a panty on your head.
He goes to rob a convenience store and he's wearing pantyhose, sheer pantyhose.
Yes.
What a doofus.
And he said, I'll be taking these Huggies and any cash you got in the drawer.
And the guy's being really slow
goes,
about
Hurry up, I'm in Dutch with my wife. And and she goes, you, and then she yells it at him. He's like, come on, I gotta go. Yeah.
He gets chased by the police and then all these
dogs. And they go through these people's houses.
Every single dog in the neighborhood is chasing him. I love that every single time this poor baby gets stolen, they take the book. And then once somebody takes the baby, they're like, I'm obsessed with this baby. This baby is my reason for living.
He smiled at me. Gail, he smiled at me.
So the two convicts that make it to HI's house, want to rob a feed store, and them robbing this bank, hysterical. He's like, everybody freeze, get down.
Everybody down on the ground. Well, what's it going to be, young man? What? Well, if I'm going to be in motion.
Do you want me to freeze? Or do you want me to lay on the ground? And then Helen Hunt busts in. Ed busts in.
Helen Hunt. Not
Helen Hunter.
Yeah, Ed.
Ed busts in and is like, and this man's like, lay down on the ground, little Missy.
Yeah. Lay down on the ground, little Missy.
She's like, no. It's just running from
these balloons these balloons blow up into funny shapes? Nope, not unless round's funny. And then he gets Gail goes, do those blow up into funny shapes? No, just circular.
My favorite is they're like, count, don't get up until you count backwards.
Count to 800 and count
850.
And back down. Or I might just come back to check on you.
And he's like, forget it. And then he gets up, and then they had forgotten the baby, and so they're coming back really fast. And he's like, oh no.
I know that
part was funny. Really good.
That was good.
Or them just forgetting to check the bags and then getting paint exploded on them.
I know. Yeah.
When they stole all the money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
But Hy has a premonition dream. I thought it was really sweet. I teared up about it. I'm not going to lie to you. About how Hy's premonition dream, about how...
First, it's about this Nathan Jr., the baby they stole.
Yeah.
Gets a gift from an unknown couple at Christmas.
Yeah, and I thought that was really sweet that that they were... I don't know. I just thought that was tender.
And then at the end... His dream.
There's a couple, and they have all of these babies and all these grandbabies all around them.
And if it's not Arizona, it's somewhere close. Maybe Utah. Utah. What the heck does that mean?
He's not smart. HI is not smart.
My finance left me. What's the matter, Ed? My finance left me. You tell him. I think he's a fool. You tell him, Ed, H.I. McDonough, that he's... and he knows where to find me in the Maricopa County Men's Penitentiary. It's a correctional facility, yeah. And how about the guy who's laying on the bed and he's just talking about this story and he goes, and when we didn't have food, we ate crawdads.
We ate crawdads.
We didn't have crawdads. We ate sand. You ate what? We ate sand. You ate sand?
One time, I was trying to boil a crawdad. And then my mom threw her crawdad. I was like, what is happening?
I know.
What is happening?
So this film isn't for everyone, but it is definitely for me. And I love it. It is in the top 10 movies of all time. And I would suggest you watch it, and just for the fun of it, it is a silly romp. It's completely harmless.
It's funny.
It's funny. Well, that's all I got, guys.
Yeah, it's got a lot of famous people in it.
Does have a lot of famous people, and it's from 1987. It was the year after I graduated from high school. So that's
when did he come out with the plane movie?
What plane movie?
Nick Cage.
Oh, Con Air.
Yeah, plane movie.
After that, for sure.
Gotcha. Sick.
Mm-hmm. These are the Coen brothers. You know, No Country for Old Men. I mean, they've done some serious stuff. This a little bit out there. Didn't cost them a lot of money, but yeah,
5.5 million, I think.
It probably made more money than the Joker. Sorry, HBO execs.
I didn't say it. You said it, Dad.
Well, guys, this has been episode 98. I would give I should give it a
You'd give it a 5 out of 5. Easy peasy.
I give it 5 stolen babies out of 5.
Oh, let's not steal babies.
Okay, no. 5 found and returned babies. No.
5 bowls of cornflakes.
5 bowls of cornflakes. Nice, awful nice cereal flakes, Miss McDonough. Yeah. 5
hole punched of sheet metal.
5 unpainted furniture sets.
Perfect.
There you go. That's what I give
I'd give it 4.
All right, awesome. I'm glad. I think you do that just for me, though.
3.5 out of 3.5, 4.
All right.
I'll persuade you. It's not a movie that I would be like, ooh, let's watch this. But it's a movie that was funny, that I enjoyed.
Yeah, it's a movie that I would that I think anybody could just put in and just leave it in the background.
And just enjoy. Yeah.
Yep, enjoy it.
100%.
Music's fun. All right. Guys, this has been episode 98. We have 2 more to 100.
Crazy pants.
So it's crazy pants. We're so thankful you're with us on this journey. Hannah, tell everyone, let's end roll.
Sweet friends, thanks for hanging out with us. Hey, our music is created by Brockwell Nason. He has music that's coming out beginning in November. His first album is coming out called Brockwell.
What?
So you should check out. It's not an EP, it's a full album. So you should check it out where you listen to music. It's coming out, I think, November 4th. I think it's election day is when it's coming out.
All right.
You can
vote for that.
Vote for that. Vote Brockwell Nason and listen to his music. Our art was made by Nate Turner. Thanks for doing that for us, bud. He made that in Microsoft Paint. I edit and upload our podcast. Dad edits and uploads our YouTube page. And we are thankful for you.
That's right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And like we said, we filmed this live on the Book of Faces. You're more than welcome to join us and chat along in the chat. That was redundant. Anywho,
I knew what you meant.
Until next time, we will catch you on the flippity flop.
Bye, friends.
Bye, guys.